Welcome back to the Supercar Connection podcast. Just because you have a nice car does not mean you're a car person. Back in the stew, as we said.
Back in the stew. How do you keep your money stretched?
Once you hit 600, you're paying 100,000 in sales tax.
They're literally trying to take as much money as possible.
This episode is brought to you by Quality Collision Group. After an accident, it's not just your car that's thrown off track, it's your routine, your momentum, your focus. That's why I recommend taking your vehicle to a Quality Collision Group-owned shop. They are OEM certified shops, use the exact parts and repair standards your car was built with. No shortcuts, no guesswork, just confidence restored. When it matters most, trust the experts. Find your quality-approved shop today. This week I learned that in 2026, Washington State, is enacting a new luxury tax on vehicles.
Luxury tax.
Luxury tax on vehicles. So if you live in Seattle, which I have before, I would never move back. As beautiful it is for 3 months of the year.
I was about to say for 2 seconds.
I love LA. But sales tax in Seattle is honestly the same as it is here, like 10%.
Yeah, we get cooked.
So you go and buy a car, 10%, just like us. Now in Washington, starting in 2026, if you anything beyond $800,000 or $100,000 is 8%. So
sale price over 100K.
Sale price over 100K.
8%.
8% additional.
On top of the 10.
On top of the 10. So you're taxed 10% on the first 100,000.
Okay.
Anything beyond 100,000, you're taxed 18%.
Holy cow.
So if the car is 500 grand, for example, let's just, what's the number? I think 600. It's $600,000. At $600,000, 100,000 is taxed 10%.
Yep.
10 grand.
10 lick, easy.
The other 500,000 in excess of 100 is taxed at 18%.
You want me to do those numbers real quick?
$90,000.
So you're telling me
if you get a $600,000 car in Washington State starting in 2026, you pay $700,000.
Dude, that is absolutely menacing. How can they do that?
I'll tell you one thing.
Hit me.
The amount of Montana registries in Washington State is about to skyrocket.
It's not the end of like the old California is what it's about to be.
It is. It's going to be even worse.
Dude, that is insane.
Every supercar in Washington is going to have a Montana plate.
Well, see, the thing is too is it's not. It's like it's luxury. You said it was 100K.
Yeah.
There's a lot of cars.
Like
that, like a normal person. Because I think the supercar community is definitely weaker over there than we're here.
Sure.
So that I know, but like the luxury SUV market, like the Range Rover, the G-Wagon, that's
why it's a luxury tax.
Damn.
Not like exotic tax.
Can you imagine? Okay, so let's break down the numbers for like somebody that's like would be buying like something a lot more common, like an Escalade V or a G-Wagon. Let's call it like 200K. Okay. So what is 200K going to end up being?
It's an extra $8,000 on top of your normal, so it's 28.
Dang, dude, can you imagine that?
It's crazy.
That would literally, I mean, for some people, it would throw them out of their budget.
Right. Yeah. I mean, so 200 grand, let's take 200 grand again. Mm-hmm. Down payment of 50 plus taxes. I got to have 80 ready to go.
Dude, that is insane. Well, no, because it gets baked in essentially to the purchase price. So let's say our G-Wagon is 200K. So then now we're adding, so normally we'd be adding 20 on it, but now we got an extra 8. So now we're adding 28,000.
But are banks going to lend the entire amount when it's that much? Like, I know you can finance taxes and like registration fees, but are they going to finance 18% above your purchase price?
I don't know. It might have to be just depending, because again, I think depending on the banks, they'll be like, they have to recognize the tax to be able to like lend on it. I'm sure certain banks will want to like be like, no, you pay up that and we'll pay on the normal. It also just depends on, I probably imagine it probably depend on the car. But man, if it is like that, that means, again, we're adding 28,000. So that means your 20% down on that becomes, yeah, dude, that is absolutely ridiculous.
I mean, that's a quick way to go underwater on your loan, to finance
that fast
those taxes into your thing. But
I just can't believe you're talking about, they're literally telling everybody, hey, look, if you want to own a nice car, anything that's semi-respectable, you're gonna burn.
Semi-respectable. That's so disrespectful.
I threw that one in there. I'm hoping someone gets a little raged by that one. They basically are like, all right, you want to drive this? We want another $8,000 lit on fire from you.
It's crazy.
They're directly saying, hey, you want this? We want an extra 8 in our pockets across the board.
Yeah.
Because I wonder what made them come to that conclusion. That they noticed that's probably their highest registration, not their highest registration, but like the biggest market that they could tag.
Yeah, I think Washington, to not get too political, Washington is a progressive state, very blue state, and typically taxes, politically, blue taxes lean more towards taxing people with money more. So
Correct.
They're like, if you can afford a car over $100,000, you can afford a couple extra $1,000 in taxes to pay for our roads that are falling apart.
But then are they going to do the road? We're not getting political, but
because everyone, at the end of the day, everyone's roads are falling apart.
Yeah, dude.
Our infrastructure was all done at one point, and we are reaching the expiration of a lot of that stuff. So it is what it is. But 8%.
See, I think that's the part. Again, this is not getting political here, but like when you talk about adding an 8%, like let's say for example, they were like, if you can't afford something, you should get licked a little more. Cool, fine and dandy. But 8%,
yeah,
2%, 3%,
right?
That's like, hey, you have enough money. What's another $2,000, $1,500? That's understandable. That goes right in their pockets. Sure,
8%.
8%. That's like a huge just.
The other thing they got to think about is Montana registrations are about to skyrocket, and they have a law that if the car is in the state this many days, it has to be registered in Washington. So they're like, as far as I know, I didn't research it too greatly, but I'm pretty sure Washington has created registration laws around trying to block Montana, like a lot of states have tried to start doing, or have started doing. They're not trying, they're doing it. But so they kind of have that stuff in place. But when you have such an influx, unless you're just like, hey, highway patrol, you see Montana plate, directive here is to get them. Then it's just like all those people are now going to completely avoid the tax altogether.
Yeah.
And at what point does it become like a zero-sum change? Some people get screwed over because they just eat it, and some people are like, nah, I know how to get around this.
Yeah, 100%. And they're going to end up, it'll probably end up being like somewhat, not a net neutral, but it'll be like, there are going to be a lot of people that try to avoid it. And again, those of you guys who are listening to this, if you guys are in the state of Washington, you guys are freaking out just listening to us, and you guys haven't even heard this, A, get ready, but B, don't worry. Go to our link of our bio on our Instagram, click the link. You guys will see our Montana tags. You can go there and we can help you get set up completely. That way you guys can register in Montana and avoid that. If you guys have any questions, just send us a DM. But that is absolutely insane. Do you think this might be a pattern across other states soon?
I don't know. I guess it depends on the state. I can tell you that there's people, if anyone out there is a listener from Australia, they're laughing at us. We're going, 18%, cute. Because they pay way more.
How bad are they over there?
I want to say, look, I'm somewhat making things up because I didn't research this. This is just like, from what I have gathered in the past, I think they pay like basically double.
Really?
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
So like a Huracan's like $600,000.
That is absolutely menacing. That means everybody got motion in Australia. They got motion. They got
Yes,
motion.
100%. If you got a supercar in Australia,
You're him.
yeah, you can afford it.
You're him.
Yeah.
I think again, Washington State's supercar scene is not as strong. I don't want to say weak because I know there are some players out there.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that is such like as a resident of the state, I would sit there and go, we already get taxed enough.
The one thing that they have going for them is they have their trade-in tax credit.
Yeah.
We don't have that.
Yeah, dude, come on.
Which makes zero sense.
It really, like when you understand what the trade-in tax credit, and I'll let Gavin explain it right now, it really you just sit there and you go, why is this not just a universal law across all the states?
Most states have it.
We're just the one that
with sales tax. Yeah, we're just the one that they're just like, no, it's too bad.
Like, hey, look, you're gonna be like the highest sales tax and get no extra.
And get no cuts.
No cuts.
You pay full sales tax on your purchase, and then the person we sell your old car to next is gonna have to pay full sales tax on that purchase again.
Lick after lick after lick.
Yeah, if anyone doesn't know what like a trade-in tax credit is, basically, you only pay taxes on the difference between your trade-in and the purchase price of the car. So if I'm buying a $200,000 car and my car is a $100,000 trade-in, I only end up paying taxes on $100,000 rather than the full 200. In California, you go trade in your $100,000 car and your car's 200. That's too bad. You owe us 10% tax on the full 200. You don't get any trade-in credit.
Ooh, so you're telling me, okay. So you're telling me I'm a nice finance bro. I live in Bellevue and I want to go buy a G-Wagon, right?
Mm-hmm.
I go buy 200K G-Wagon, cool. I put 10K miles on it. Let's say I go to the dealer, I mean like 10K miles the next year. They did a new refresh. I want a new one, right? Now my car's worth maybe 140, 145 the dealer's trying to give me.
Sure.
And the next one I'm buying, let's say it's all out the door, we end up at 225. That means technically speaking, I would then avoid the luxuries tax?
No, as far as I know, you would pay 18% on that difference because you're over 100.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So there's not too many loopholes then.
No, I think so. The luxury tax is on the purchase price.
Got it.
If purchase price is above 100,
you're screwed.
as far as I know.
Got it.
Maybe I'm wrong, but
we'll see.
That's a thought I didn't really have.
Sorry.
So interesting.
My brain was getting creative right now.
Yeah, but
you know me, I like to try to figure out how can we
get around it?
Yeah, how can we beat the system?
But and that's a big reason. I mean, that's a huge reason why in California and Montana has been such a big thing, is because especially in the supercar world, we've seen it. You know it.
Yeah.
People, so many of these guys, like they own the cars for like 6 months, or sometimes even shorter. When you go and buy a car for 6 months, you don't want to have to pay the full 10% tax on a car that you plan on having for 6 months.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
That's
dude.
crazy.
It's ridiculous.
To go turn around and buy another car. In other states, it's like, oh, well, hey, when I trade this in for my next one, it's only a $20K difference. I only had this car for however much. It didn't really lose any value. I pay taxes on the $20K. It's no big deal. Yeah. I can get in and out of cars frequently without really being so worried about just getting hosed on taxes.
It's ridiculous too. But again, California, we're the worst for it. But I think the next thought that I go into this is, of course, us being in the dealer space, us trying to work with a lot of dealerships in Washington. Like we already know a lot of, depending on who they are, the bigger players in California are already like, oh, their client's doing Montana registration. We can't do it. Now I'm worried now if that spews over into Washington, now you have more and more states that just are like, hey, if you even try to do Montana, like we won't even allow it as a dealer. Because I think as of right now, as far as I'm concerned, some of the deals we've done in Washington, there's no one that's too worried about, okay, Montana registration, it's a lot more. Okay, no worries. Mm-hmm. Versus in California, you say, hey, no, he's going to do Montana registration. And they're like, oh, no, we can't do that. Mm-hmm. You can't, we can't do the deal.
Right.
If that spews over into Washington, and then again, if other states do that, it's just going to make the world just a lot more hectic.
Yeah. Because that is crazy. We've definitely seen that.
Yeah, like literally. So now if that spews over in Montana, you're talking about a whole nother state with a lot of big players, a lot of big dealerships that are no longer be able to do stuff like that. Again, it's one of those things where they kind of force your hand at a certain time, but I just can't believe that they got that passed. Another 8%, dude. So it's like, literally, it's to a point where,
yeah,
how do you keep your money stretched?
Once you hit 600, you're paying $100,000 in sales tax.
It's almost like I think there's never been a better time to educate yourself on not only how to buy a car, but doing it properly. Because like with all this stuff, they're literally trying to take as much money as possible from you. So you have to equip yourself to be able to do exactly that. So if there's ever been a time to invest in like learning this process, especially, you're on your journey, whether you're an older guy that finally wants to get a supercar for the first time or someone that might just want to educate themselves more, this is the best time, in my opinion.
For sure.
So yeah, I'm sorry. My bad.
Okay.
My bad. I thought we moved it. No, I'm still.
I mean, a little bit, but then it's like you're high and tight.
My bad.
It's all good.
I'm a big boy. I'm sorry.
But yeah, I mean that's a lot.
It is a ton.
It is what it is. I mean, I don't have many words.
No, we'll see how everything turns out too. And I think there's other states trying to combat that and stuff like that. Like I know there's a lot of other places trying to do that, and there's also a lot of tax talk coming up with what Trump's doing. But we're not going to get political.
I will say that I think what I said earlier about maybe it's like it'll end up being net zero. I think I'm totally wrong. At the end of the day, like the amount of the percentage of people that are going to be registering Montana, like that's such a supercar thing, which accounts for such a small percent of total car sales over $100,000.
Yeah.
So it's easy to be like, oh, I mean, the number of people that register in Montana will 100% increase.
Correct.
There's no doubt.
Yeah. Like the number itself, even if it's small, could double, triple.
Right.
100%.
Yes.
But is it still large enough for someone to be
to offset the change?
Yeah.
They're probably still going to come out ahead.
And in all reality, if you want me to be creative and look at it from the other side, if somebody's buying a car like that for a write-off, it's an extra $8,000 on the write-off type thing in a sense. So like if you're paying, you and technically pay the tax on the purchase, but then you get an extra 8 to 10, however much it ends up being off your write-off. So
yeah,
it's a give and take. So you can look at it both positively and negatively.
100%. But yeah, that's a great reason to, if anyone that's been in Washington that's looking for or has been thinking about getting into a supercar or changing cars or whatever, trying to get that done before the end of the year might be a decent move for you.
Yeah, it wouldn't be a bad idea. So, and again, if you need that, let us know. Literally comment on this post directly, DM us on any of our socials, and we will help you get something done before the end of the year.
Yeah.
But segueing a little bit.
Sure.
I had a conversation with my old man today that I thought it was kind of a funny topic, and we can kind of talk about it. And it's needs versus wants in a car. So say it the other way, basically, must-haves versus like, this is a nice little addition to this car. And we're talking about it. My old man's very much like, he's like, man, like this is the way the argument came about was he literally goes, Z06 is a perfect car. And he just said it. Like I was doing my thing. Right. He just said it. And
I can see it.
I was like, where are you going with it? Where are you going with that?
I can also hear it.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, no, man, it's just a perfect car. He's like, it's the perfect car. And I go ahead, explain. And then again, a lot of stuff that I say, it's like,
and he's had them all.
Yeah, he quite literally has had them all. So he's like, you can take the top off. It's comfortable. It's got a V8. It sounds good. It's new tech, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, no, I get what you're saying on like paper, because don't get me wrong, I also push that.
Right, you've said it a million times.
Exactly. So I'm like, but you saying it's the perfect car from a need, he goes, you don't need anything more than it. And I was like, okay, then we start arguing, and I go, but what do you mean? And then he starts going, he goes, well, yeah, it's a very practical car. And I go, do you think it's more practical than my car? And he goes, the 812? And I'm like, yeah. And he goes, yes. And I go, you think the Z06 is more practical than the 812? And then we kind of had an argument. And again, I still haven't formulated my opinion if I really think one is more practical than the other. But then again, I go into, okay, well, what makes a car more practical in like a simple need, and what makes a car over the top? From like an option standpoint, an interior design standpoint.
You ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Does your car have CarPlay?
No, it does not.
Does your car have keyless entry?
No, it does not.
There's your answer.
So it's not more practical.
You are chopped. You don't have keyless entry and CarPlay, and the Corvette has both of those.
So that makes it practical.
Yes.
So now
I'm getting into my car and it's locked. I can enter my car without pulling my key out of my pocket.
Extremely practical.
Extremely practical.
The key, probably the height of practicality.
That is like, in practical terms today, I think that is number one.
I think so
personally.
Too. So now it's okay. Practicality versus like what I was talking about a little earlier, like needs versus wants.
Sure.
So like is CarPlay, or sorry, is keyless entry like a need in today's world?
I mean, you don't have keyless entry. I don't have keyless entry. Obviously, it's not a need.
It's kind of interesting when you really think about it.
It's a high desire.
It is. What I will tell you though, and this is, again, I'm only gonna say this once, is having owned a Tesla at one point, that keyless entry being your phone is like, when you have it and you realize how convenient it is, it's really hard to not have it. So like there is a little bit of there, but when I think of needs in a car, needs. Working AC, and I'm talking about like AC. I'm not talking about like baby, huh?
Car sick.
Oh, the car being awesome.
Car sick AF.
Car sick
Looks
AF.
Beautiful.
It's got AC.
Sounds loud.
Stereo system. Because all these supercar stereos suck.
Trash.
Like they're trash. So like, for me, that's a need. Like I need my speakers to be loud. Cully, lit speakers.
Oh yeah.
Lit.
100%.
So there's like a need-want spectrum. So it goes, okay, we put it like on I'm trying to make like a bell curve for it so I can understand like kind of exactly where we need to be. But it's like midline is, what are the base necessities when you think of a car, and then where are you willing, and this is per person, where are you willing to give up where you want? So like, okay, if I'm somebody that likes, I'm a bigger guy, I get hot in my cars very easily. I also just get hot in general because I'm a large human being. So like not only AC, but like strong AC, like we were talking about earlier, the C706 has one of the weirdly strongest ACs.
It's very strong.
That is like that makes me like this car 10 times better versus when I turn it all the way cranked and it's still barely giving me anything.
Yeah.
Speaker noise. That I like blasting music and then I like going in between. So it's either no noise and I'm all V12 or I'm all music and I can still hear my car, but not the same.
Sure.
What else goes into it? Like, is heads-up display a need?
No.
You don't think so?
No. Heads-up display is it's not even so much as a want. That's a nice to have. I would categorize
That's
it
a sprinkle it. That's like, we'll throw that in there.
Head-up display is like, that's cool. That's cool. It's nice. It's definitely not a need. So it's actually so low on my need score that I don't even really think about it.
So what's the need score? Or
my needs list, I guess.
What is your needs and wants list?
I mean,
basics.
My needs list is so low.
Okay.
Because you know what I've had.
That's true. Yeah. No, you had that. Your OG Gavin McDaniel car probably was the least need, like the least basic necessities in that car possible.
At least it had Bluetooth. You know, my Mini Cooper doesn't have Bluetooth, and that hurts. I gotta plug in my phone to listen to music.
See what we're talking about here? Like, again, now it's like a modern world. Like, we don't have Bluetooth.
Exactly.
Like,
that's
it's detrimental.
That's one of those needs now. I'm like, and even my Aston has Bluetooth with it's 2013. I had to buy an adapter, but hey, it works 2013.
It's pretty crazy.
And that's like,
oh, I have another one. Sorry.
Okay.
The screen.
The screen.
Like, I'm thinking about my A12, like with the CarPlay, like the one, again, I don't have CarPlay on my A12, but where the CarPlay would be on my A12, it's in the little right corner box on my TAC. Like,
yeah.
I need a big, like, not a big thing, but give me something.
Yeah.
Give me something to look at it. I don't want to just see it like
so
right little thing here.
Here's kind of my take on the screen part. Is my last two cars don't have screens.
Okay.
I mean, my Aston has a backup camera screen, but it's old. There's nothing going on.
And it's not that big. It's
and it literally closes when I'm driving. So if you have a mount, if you have a place to put a phone mount, like having your phone up, as long as you have Bluetooth, having this on a mount that's like seeable and is convenient, I think it negates the actual need for like CarPlay.
I agree.
Like CarPlay is no longer a need if I can just do this and I have Bluetooth and it's all connected, because this does what this does it. It's just on here instead of on the screen.
I agree.
So that's my thought there.
Okay. I think what I think about too is like, okay, when I'm driving, what are the things that I'm just thinking about, like, that I wanted to be super easy in my brain? So like Apple CarPlay is obviously something that just flows very easily, but I use my maps on my phone, and I'm honestly on my phone more when I drive than anything. So now take a look at this. So I compare it. So now I'm like comparing the cars that I've had. I took for granted the Aventador screen. I used to make fun of it, but like that little screen, like I liked the fact that CarPlay was right there.
Yeah.
Because in, like, for example, in your Aston, where do you have the phone mount?
I really don't.
You don't, huh?
No.
See, like,
I just kind of set my phone in the little
thing right there
thingy.
So like on the Aventador, because of the center console being like a freaking divider right there, I had a spot to put it, and it was perfect. I had my phone next to the screen, so I had the best of both worlds.
Yeah.
On the A12, the Ferrari designed center, like, part of the interior, there's not really anywhere convenient.
To put it. Yeah. So
now I don't really have a screen, and I don't have something for my phone mount. So now I'm like, so now I'm sitting there and I'm like, is my A12 really practical at all? I make it in my head seem like it is, but is it really? I don't really think it is as practical as I used to think it was.
Yeah.
It's not convenient at all for any of this
Not so much. I feel like every time I've driven a Ferrari, like, it's so outside the scope of like the simplicity of a Huracan with the Audi-ness and stuff like that. Like, a Ferrari just has always felt in a way fragile to me.
I get what you mean.
And just not like, you get into a Ferrari, like a Ferrari is a supercar. It is an experience. It's set itself apart from being the just easy dailyable option.
Right.
So, I mean, that's my experience with it.
No, I agree with it. They very much said our DNA is 100% supercar versus Lamborghini has 20% of its DNA of a basic car, a basic everyday car.
Even when we add the tech in like the 296 and stuff like that, and we start putting CarPlay on screens, it's still not like it works in any other car.
Correct.
It's in our own unique way. So that's, I don't know. I feel like it's just like no Ferrari is really that practical.
Right.
So
No, not at all.
So
I'm trying to think what is the most practical.
like I'm interested to like see the Purosangue and drive it and see how the systems like work.
Right, to see how that car flows. Because if I had to bet, that probably would be the most practical one.
It should be.
Yeah.
Like if I'm driving an SUV, I don't care if it's a Ferrari, I don't care if it's a Lambo, I don't care if it's a Volvo. If I'm driving an SUV, and I don't care how fast it is, V12, whatever, it needs to be dumb practical.
Extremely dumb practical. The Urus is dumb practical.
Dumb, extremely.
Dumb
It's
practical.
an Audi.
The dumbest and the
Literally,
most practical.
Yes.
Quite literally.
So
I don't know. The Urus name has been bashed so much. I still like that car.
yeah, it's a great car.
I worked on a perf the other day, and I was in the perf, and I was like, Urus perf.
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
like,
Yours perf is sick.
yeah, because again, Huracan perf's crazy sick interior. We've talked about them all the time, but Urus perf interior, it's not as much forged carbon, but like when you get in there and you realize the entire SUV interior is Alcantara, it like the sheer amount of it in there, it like you're kind of like, dude, crap, this is awesome.
Have you driven a Urus perf?
I have. They're not bad.
Did you know? Was it noticeably stiffer?
So being a normal human and driving a lot of these cars, in reality, is it really that noticeable? Yes, minutely. For someone to come here, it's such a world of a difference and it's all this and that, you're full of it. Like it is a little bit of a difference.
Yeah.
But for someone to go, it's 9 day, it's literally like it's a 1 out of 10 scale. No. It's like if a
Still
normal,
pretty smooth.
It's still relatively smooth. It's still very stiff because in all reality, a Urus is really stiff. We're talking like if a Urus is a 7 out of a 10, a perf is a 8.5, 9 out of a 10. So yes, it is an increase, but in all reality, is the scale really moved that much more? No. It is more dialed.
Okay.
But for someone to come on here and be like, it literally makes the difference between purchasing the two cars? No. The car itself, from the design on the outside, the interior on the inside, that makes the difference. And I think the power upgrade, it has like a little power upgrade, I think, as well.
Yeah.
That makes a difference. But the actual people are like, I bought the perf because I wanted stiffer suspension. You're full of it.
Yeah.
That's my opinion.
Makes sense.
Somebody please combat me on that one, but that's my opinion. Having driven both of them.
To answer your question, I think I don't have many needs. I have a lot of wants.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, most of them can be thrown out the window for the right car.
Okay. I respect that.
But I will say my needs are getting higher. After having the Aston, my needs are higher.
I think this is the beauty of the podcast. This is the beauty of you and I. We're both at our journeys and we're doing things together. So like, I think back when I had the 458, I was very similar. Where I was like, needs? I was like, bro, give me.
Yeah.
Now that I've had a couple different things, I'm definitely like, no. I refuse. Like if it doesn't have this, I absolutely refuse. But that's like a point of like privilege in a sense where I've gotten to a point where I'm like, no. It has to have this. So like next car, it has to have CarPlay.
Yeah.
It has to have CarPlay.
Yeah.
I will literally not make my purchasing decision based on the fact that if it has CarPlay or not, solely because of that aspect.
Yeah.
I'm going to look at a phone mount place because I had it on the Aventador and I forgot how convenient that was.
Huge.
And I've tried like 4 different spots in the 812 and every single spot has flown off mid-drive or mid-rip or whatever. What else? Oh, visibility. 720 visibility. I did not realize what I had when I was driving the 720. Aventador. It's really, but like the 720 was like, I'll never forget it because
Even
like
my car has like really good visibility.
solid.
Yeah, very
solid.
easy to. My like no blind spot pretty much.
Night and day. And I think I also went from literally like 720 being 10 out of 10 visibility to Aventador being 1 out of 10 visibility.
The worst.
So the change really did affect me. But I remember this because this was weirdly one of the first things that I remember about my 720. Because I remember I literally picked it up from the dealership. I was going home and I was on the 10 West. Sorry, I was on the 10 East headed to downtown. And I remember it because I remember looking at downtown in the car and it just, something about the picture of downtown looked so clear. And then I started realizing that how much of everything else I could see. So then I started to kind of like,
Look around.
yeah, like I started to really look around and then I realized I was like, dude, this is low key like all glass.
You had the glass roof too, yeah?
Yeah, everything. So then I started to really look around and I was like, my quarter pane glasses are full glass. I was like, my rear's glass, door's glass. I was like, literally everything is glass. And then it hit me. I was like, dude, this car's visibility is awesome. And then I started realizing, I was like, I low-key love visibility because when you're driving a fast car like that, being able to see and make quick decisions is extremely vital. The Aventador is not built for extreme speed. So like, again, not that not seeing is important, but you're not really driving at the same speed as 720. So the visibility is totally different and the design of the car. So again, for me, kudos to McLaren on design for them, including that into it. That's another secret, hidden, underrated part of the 720.
Oh, huge.
That's why I still think the 720, or now I guess the 750 is the best car. Still to this day.
Yeah, you want to know something crazy? I kind of want a 720.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about it. Like you're saying it over a 600? Or
I don't know.
Talk to me.
I'm getting to a point like we were just saying and what we talked about last time, our last solo episode with the Cullinan and you liking comfort and all that stuff. I think I'm moving towards a less cracked era.
Why?
I think I've just been cracked too long.
Too long, really?
Yeah.
This has been a monumental development on today's episode.
If I never lowered my Aston, maybe I wouldn't totally feel that way. But I took a car that was pretty comfortable and made it a cracked experience. Cracked being, it's not easy.
Right.
Like I've got to be on my game. There's a bump in the road. There's a dip in the road. There's a speed bump that I might bottom out on. But it looks so good, I can't go back. I'll never go back. But it has made it somewhat of a hassle. So it is like, it's a cracked experience. And the 4C, obviously, there's no way around that. That was just cracked.
That was cracked. I think what you'll I'm happy for you.
So
welcome to this side of the world.
So just thinking about the 720 of just being like, I can just go and just rip this. And it's going to be, and it's easy and it's comfortable.
That's the part that's underappreciated. Because again, I had the same feeling because the 720, I didn't appreciate it. I went to the Aventador and I was like the stress of driving that car, because not only the fact that like the Aventador makes you tired and all this crap, that one lowered 1016 kit. I hear a nick and I'm like, there goes my entire carbon rocker, my lip, everything. Like that stress weighed on me so much. So then like now that I'm in the Duo that I have now, I love my setup.
Yeah.
I kind of want something a little more fast, something a little more planted like a 720.
Mm-hmm.
But now, again, for me, going forward, that is like a huge thing, is the driving experience from a mentally easing perspective. I don't want anything too cracked.
You want the cut-up car.
I do want the cut-up car.
You know your problem?
Hit me.
When you get a 720, you're going to look up and go, I never drive my 812. Because it's either going to be Cullinan or 720. Like you're never going to touch your... Why would you grab the 812? What's the situation where you're like, you know what, I'm going to drive the 812?
Two situations.
Okay.
Car show, because I love my 812.
Yeah.
You guys haven't seen it yet, but by the time... When is the episode released? 2 weeks from now?
No, this is Monday.
This is Monday?
Yeah.
Okay, then you guys might see it.
It's Friday. When you're listening to this, we recorded this 2 days ago.
Yeah, so I'm trying to gauge on this. So my car's done yet, but I haven't posted any pictures of it, but your boy put a little Novi kit on it. So now the car looks a little more aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
So now it's like kind of back to what the Aventador was. It's not as cracked, but it's like I'm still thinking about it a little more. So I think car show, like we're going somewhere where we're not going to really drive. We're more just pulling up, stunting.
We go to a ton of those.
Yeah, exactly. And then the sound aspect.
Still has car show we went to.
I don't even remember, dude.
Monterey.
Yeah. And I hated that one. So you guys know how I felt about Monterey.
When you just want to experience the sound.
Yeah, that's it. But then again, if I can make my 720 have enough sound where I like, because I also like the pop that the 720 gets, that like backfire whack. I like that noise a lot.
Yeah.
If I can get enough of that, you're partially right. Like I won't really be like, let me go rip the 812.
Well, you know Austin.
Yeah.
Austin's like my 720 sounded like a 458.
Yeah. When I watched that clip back, I don't know if I really believe him on it sound like a 458.
Yeah.
I really don't think I believe him.
We'll see, I guess.
Think about it, because I don't know. Because again, the 720, and again, here's the next point. Do I get a 720, or after us being, doing a lot more research, what do we think about the 750 market?
That's a great question.
Because like it's really now, again, you guys got to understand. So McLaren now has 3 products that are, 4 products, but I'm going to stick with 3. I'm not counting 600 LT in this. 3 products that are, in a sense, somewhat similar and very competitive and have very minute pros and con benefits to it. 720, 750, and 765 LT. 765 LT is still Big Daddy of raw driving. I still think it is, what I've heard, is like the most blistering speed-wise, something about the way the car picks up.
Yeah.
But after driving the 750, I don't really know how much I believe that, because the 750, I haven't felt a car pick up like the 750.
Yeah.
Do you agree?
Yeah. It's gonna be more comfortable too.
The 750 is, right? And then the 720 is kind of the OG thing. So like, is the gap between 720 and 750 price-wise worth it? And then is the gap, depending on what you want, between the 750 or gap between 720 and 750 to 765 worth it?
It's a good question.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
McLaren has 3 products now.
765 is definitely, you spend more to lose less.
From a value point.
Yeah.
And status point too.
Yeah.
765 is big
765.
dog. Big dog.
You spend more to lose less.
I agree.
The 750, I mean, yeah, like I was literally looking, you know, I'm deep in the 750 market right now, and it doesn't, like, I don't see a whole lot of downside.
I was thinking the same thing.
Because these cars have 1,000 to 3,000 miles. I mean, they're basically new, 1 year with 2 years of warranty, 70,000 off sticker.
Yeah. And again, this is our experience. I haven't talked to a lot of people that have been like, yo, my 750 is riddled with problems.
Mm-hmm.
And then again, now it's kind of like we go back to the Ferrari market and you have 458 versus 488. Normally those cars had kind of like worked with each other. Now they've kind of swapped. So now, like, is the 720 the floor where no matter what the 720 does, the 750 is going to always stay above it?
Yes.
Are they going to? It is, right?
Yes.
So now, like, is the 750 where it's at right now? How much more bottom can it go?
Well, I mean, at that point, the 750 market came out and free fell because they were so expensive.
Yeah, they were.
And you get the McLaren effect. So right off the bat, you're dropping 60, 70, 80 grand, right? That's where we're at. And then you talk about purchase to wholesale price, 100 grand.
Yeah.
But we won't get into that. But then the 720 market, you know, came down to sub 200 for the floor.
Yeah, it licked for a little bit.
And
we got a wick below sport.
Then came back up. And I think the 720 market coming up propped up the 750 market from crashing anymore.
Okay.
So the 720 has come up, but the 750, from what I've seen, like looking back at the trend over the last few months, is basically just kind of sat where it's at.
I agree.
So 720 came up and provided that support to the 750 market, but the 750 market's still too new in that initial depreciation. It's too early in the depreciation curve for it to also like bounce.
Right.
So it kind of just held.
Right.
So
we need 10K mile plus on those to see what that's going to happen.
Right. So I think at this point you've got the two markets, and they're kind of, now it's like it is a pretty seamless spectrum from 720 to 750, where how the 720s have come up some and the 750s have come down some. So that's a market that will probably move together.
I would expect so.
So the 720 bounced. If you're buying a 720 today, like you're buying, it's top signal, I think.
I think so.
I think you're
too.
buying the highs.
Yeah.
They're going to kind of come back down to where they were earlier this year over time. We're going to see floors at 200 again. And the 750 will kind of slide probably to 300. So you'll have like the 200. 200s will be the 720s, and then 300 floor will be like the 750s. That's kind of my
I think that's pretty spot on. So again, obviously, before I bought the Coley, I was looking at my range of options, what I wanted as a second whip. And you guys know 720 is my literal favorite car on the planet. Mm-hmm. So I was looking at high spec 720s.
Yeah.
So I was looking and I noticed like a lot of the high spec custom MSO interiors, because I wanted an MSO interior, was like over 300 for a 720. Don't matter the year, no matter the mileage. They were over 300. Mm-hmm. So then when you and I started diving into the 750 market, I was looking and I was like, what? Some of these lower tier 750s are literally the same price as the higher tier 720s.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, what? Obviously for a value hold, the higher spec 720. But now I'm looking at the value of some of these, like in terms of just money for the car, a low spec 750 for low threes, name a better value for the dollar spend car return.
A low spec 750. So paying mid or
low threes.
You're saying 750. So like 330, 340 for 750. Oh, well, I don't know. I also don't know where the coupe market's at. So I've only been looking at spiders.
Well, I imagine the coupe market's got to be what? Even if it's the same thing, let's just chop 10 off maybe.
I was thinking 20.
20? Let's do casually 20.
Yeah.
So what, we're paying $315 for a coupe, 750 versus a spider
I bet
high
coupe
spec.
floor is like 300.
I think that's safe to
So
say.
spider floor is like 330 for really floor.
So let's call it 300.
Mm-hmm.
Think about that for a 750. So now you get into the really intrinsic details between what is really the difference between a floor 720 and a floor 750. Well, let's walk through it.
You mean a ceiling 720 and a floor?
No, I mean
750?
now I'm talking floor and floor.
Floor and floor.
Because obviously when we do ceiling and floor, the MSO interior, I'm picking MSO interior.
All right, so what are you about to say?
So okay, so we talk
Floor
about
and
it.
floor.
Floor and floor. 720, 750 from a power perspective, a little bit increase. It's lighter. It's faster 0 to 60. All the basic stuff's cool. Now the actual car itself. We got a new cluster. We got the new mode switch. We have Apple CarPlay standard in all those cars now. So now you look at it, you go, okay, now if I'm really picking the difference here, what exactly should I get? Is it worth the, let's call it 60 to 80K range difference?
Can I also point something out?
Yeah.
Floor 720, 30,000 miles. Floor 750, 10,000 miles.
Maybe. Yeah, like this, probably like 7,500,
Yeah.
which is low key the sweet spot,
Right.
which has been the sweet spot historically for McLaren.
So you're looking at getting like a 30,000 mile 720, or for X amount more, you're getting it for the next floor. You're getting like a 8 to 10,000 miles 750.
30,000 mile 720 for 220 is a highway robbery. The more we talk about it, the more I really think about somebody paying 220 for a 30,000 mile 720.
Because you're saying for 70 more,
Yeah, you're getting a newer car, new platform, new
with a
everything.
third of the miles
Yeah. Why would you buy that?
and warranty.
Yeah, why? Give me a reason to buy the floor 720.
Because 70,000 is a lot.
Okay, that I understand. But like, okay,
For some people, they can no longer afford it.
I agree with that. But then again, if they can't afford that at, like, for example, if the 720s, I don't think the 720 is the right car for them either, because that's a problematic car.
Yeah.
So that's if they're stretching their budget at 220, 240, 250, they're looking at the wrong car.
Yeah.
It's a whole different market. Somebody who's buying a 720 from the non-flex factor, like, I want this car.
Yes.
You better be able to afford that car, because those cars are out of warranty if you're not going to get extended warranty.
Yeah.
You got to afford it, because those 720s, those are problematic cars.
Which brings me to another thing I wanted to talk about.
Hit me.
I don't know if you have more to say about those markets.
We're talking about it, so I'm realizing it as I'm talking more and more. That market, McLaren has, you gotta remember, McLaren has done this to them. They've built it into themselves. Because again, Ferrari's been very progressional with everything, especially like the 458, 488, F8 development and everything. McLaren now is like, again, it's got 3 products that aren't, then again, within reason, they're not extremely drastically different. Yes,
Right.
they're different.
Sure.
But they're not extremely drastically different from a design perspective on the outside, a design perspective on the inside. They're not drastically different.
Sure.
From if you go 458 to F8, there's drastic differences. 720, 750, 765. We're talking like little here, little there, little here.
Yeah, 100%.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah. The 765, you just get that limited factor.
Yeah.
So that's the biggest thing. The difference between like a 720 and a 765, well, I guess it's like double, which kind of tracks with the Aventador to the SVJ and the 812 to Competizione is probably
Competizione.
times 3.
Yeah. And then, I mean, even the GTS is like, yeah, GTS is depending on the spec, they're about a double as well, depending on the spec.
So what I was thinking about was like what it actually takes to afford one of these cars in a way. I'm trying to figure out how to like word it, but like, because a lot of times you talk about, oh, well, in $50,000 more, $80,000 more is only $800 more a month or whatever in the grand scheme of things, or $1,000 more. So what's it matter? And then my point has always been, well, if you can say that, then you're in a position where it doesn't matter.
Correct.
But for a lot of people buying their car, I kind of had this realization that if I want, well, I'd have to get my wife on board, which at this point will never happen. And I don't think it'd be personally, how I treat finances probably wouldn't be what I would do anyway. But like, I could afford a 600 LT right now, is what I realized.
I know this. I've been known this.
Yeah.
But you're a responsible human being.
Right.
Correct.
It's like I could have the car and not really have leftover money at the end.
You'd
of the
be
month.
like this
Yeah.
in your head.
Yeah, like maybe I've got like $1,000 extra in my budget if I get the 600 LT. But something happens and then that's gone, and maybe you're negative for that month and you just figure it out or whatever, like people do. But I just kind of had this realization that we have met people and we know people, and I know there's so many people out there that live like that.
Literally, that's their life.
And they have the car and at the end of the day, they're squeezing it. They can barely afford it. And part of me just realizes, well, one, I kind of had this stupid realization that like being like rich and broke isn't so much how much money you make as a whole. It's really how much money you have left over after you've paid for everything. So being rich is having money left over.
Having money left over, and then how much money comes in. Because when you got money coming in, we can make stuff happen. And again, depending on how much money come in, some of these things are temporary. Like some of these guys will buy a car, they can't really afford it. They got 3 months, and then after the third month, they're like, all right, I gotta get rid of this thing. I had my 3 months of fun, I'm out.
But I'm just saying you can make like $40,000 a month, which is great money, and be broke.
Easily, paycheck to paycheck. There's a lot of people we know that are just like that.
Because of the cars you have and the house you have, your fixed expenses are so high that you're bringing in 60, but your fixed expenses are 35. And then after taxes, you've got barely anything left over. And it's like, I'd never want to be that person.
Right. You don't want to put yourself in position. But let me throw another perspective out to you. So you talk about, again, I've known you a long time. I love you a lot. So I've known in theory that you could always on paper afford the car. From a technical perspective, you can afford the car. But at the same time, I know you're reasonable, responsible. You have a lot of responsibilities. You're a grown adult. So there's a balance to it. Mm-hmm. But you talk about, okay, you can afford it and you be left with like $1,000, a couple extra $1,000, right? Let's call it $1,000 to $2,000. Okay. What in your head calculation, what is your payment that puts you at that leftover number in your head?
That puts me at 1,000 left over.
Whatever you just said. You said you could afford it, and I might have whatever you said. I might have $1,000, couple thousand left over.
It's like 3,000 payment.
3,000 payment. Okay. So the way that a lot of these people that we've had the pleasure of meeting, they operate. They go, okay, I want the car, and on paper I can afford it, but that $3,000 a month is going to put me in a little bit of a bind from a monthly perspective. Mm-hmm. I still have savings, I still have my thing, but it's going to be a bind from my monthly income spending. Okay. In 30 days, what can I do? And look at my time perspective. What can I do over for example, 1 to 2 hours a day over a 30-day period? Can I find a way to make an extra $3,000 a month to where I would then be level, but I have the car?
Yeah.
I think we're right about that curve, about to hit that.
It all depends on, what your business is and how you make money. Because if you have a business that it's like, I have a way to go make more money, then it can make sense.
100%.
Until we scale our business, we're kind of like us being Megan and I. Our business that we run, we are capped at our output.
I 100% understand.
So until we are able to scale and do that, where I can go, okay, if I go and get another client, this is fine.
We're chilling.
Right now, it's like I can't go get another client until we start hiring people and scaling.
I think you're right at that tipping point, though. Like I think like in like the very short near future, you're gonna we're gonna revisit this conversation in 4 months, and it's gonna seem like you're like, oh yeah.
Well, that's my plan, and that's why I've been talking about like that 130 range when I'm trying to get. You know what I mean? Because even that feels like kind of in a way conservative to where I'm hoping and believing we'll be in the 4 or 5 month range. So that's why I've been looking at that price range. So maybe I look up and I can do the extra 1,000 to get to the 600 LT.
You are going to do the extra 1,000.
Or maybe it's just maybe I drive an NSX for a little bit.
The NSX, those whispers are creeping up in your mind a little bit, huh?
Remember what I was saying about wants and needs?
Yeah.
The NSX fits a lot of the wants.
It does kind of, right?
Yeah. It's just like...
It fits the looks wants?
It's a Honda.
That's what I'm saying. It really is a Honda. Like the interior, you really look at it and you're like, this really is a Honda.
You best believe I would debadge it instantly.
Quickly.
There would not be an Acura badge on the car. It would be debadged. Everyone would stop and go, what kind of car is that? Don't worry about it.
I think, and this is still, again, I think we talked about this in the episode, but it still puzzles me. The fact that like you're looking at the 130, 150 range and just the Audi R8 is really just so not on your radar. It still baffles me to this day, dude.
Yeah, it's interesting.
You changed.
I have changed a lot.
You switched up so majorly.
I've changed a lot. I don't know, and I don't even know what it is. Like, and like I see Benji's, I love it. It's beautiful. Like his car is gorgeous, and I would love that car. But I think the problem is from like getting an R8 to like what Benji's looks like feels like such an ordeal to get to that point because there's so much that's gone into it.
Right.
That I'm like, I don't know if I'm gonna have the car that long, and I don't want to buy a $130,000 car and pour 15 into it.
Right.
So, you know, it's like
you might be able to find one that's semi-built already.
Yeah.
Semi.
Maybe.
I'm not saying full spec, but you could probably find one depending on what you buy with a new gen bumper on it.
I just don't want a basic R8.
I respect that.
Is where I'm at.
I just think
I'd rather have a basic NSX than a basic R8 for some reason. Just because it's more unique and it's like you don't see it. And it's more angular.
I kind of agree with that.
Like it's a little sharper.
It is. No, it's way sharper.
A little more, you know?
A little more supercar-y.
I also think, ready for this hot take? Everyone hates on the interior because it's pretty much a Honda interior. I think it's one of those effects, kind of like the Aston, where like you look at it in a picture or a video and you go, yeah, that looks bad. But then when you get in it and everything's leather, you were kind of like, this feels a lot nicer than I would have thought it was going to. Does that make sense?
It does. It does. Have you felt the buttons on those cars?
No.
The actual, it's very Honda-y.
Okay.
I know you're saying 100% the leather. You're like, no, this is not bad. This is a supercar.
For sure.
You start actually like fidgeting with stuff. It kind of feels like Civic-y, like
okay.
clicky fair. Buttons. It's it's interesting as heck. The one and we both know this. The one thing that everybody talks about is like you're driving a supercar, you feel it because remember, like even like we talk about with like the Rolls Royce feeling. The Rolls Royce feeling is when you're driving it, you feel like you're in a Rolls. It makes you feel it. The NSX is like you're driving a supercar. You know you're in a supercar, but when you look around, it's like, you know, it's just Honda-y. It's a little like leather with plastic, and all cars are like that. But it's something about the quality of the plastic and the trims. We gotta go rent one and like
yeah, trust me, I'm not gonna go buy an NSX without driving it.
We gotta go.
There's no shot.
I'm down for it. We go rent one and test it out because I want to throw that car around too.
Yeah, I'm so interested to see because I want to know how fast it is.
Yeah, let's go feel it. We'll do it. This is like you and me, not on the podcast now. We're gonna go do this. Okay. I'm actually really down to go make a Sunday out of this. But the one thing I wanted to tell you, and this is like again,
if anyone's got an NSX,
yeah, you guys are in
that
NSX.
We can have for a day. We'll make some content with it. We'll shout you out. We'll have a good time.
Yeah, we're in SoCal. Let's run it up. I'm super down. The one thing I want you to realize, and then again,
we'll let you drive Joe's A12.
Would I rather than drive the A12 or Coleman? A12, yeah, you can take the A12. I don't care. You have developed so much to a point where I remember like OG starting Gavin, like the conversation we used to have was literally like, dude, I just want an R8. I just want to get to the point, just want an R8.
Yeah.
And I was like, we're gonna get to that point very easily.
For sure.
You've been at I could afford an R8 for so long now, in a sense, and I think it's really crazy the fact that like you've been able to like tame yourself / go, yeah, like I know I can have it, but like.
Well, not only that, but at this point, I'm literally selling my car to just not have that payment and invest in our business and be ready to invest in our business rather than buying the car right now.
You're going to end up in a 600 LT very quickly.
I hope so. And here's the lesson. It's going to look fast. It's going to look like it came out of nowhere.
Yep.
Because I had an Aston Martin, I sold it, I drove a Mini Cooper around for 5 months, and then all of a sudden I'm driving a 600 LT Spider. And you're like, what happened? It's not that it was fast.
Not at all.
Yeah, there was a lot that went into it. A lot of building.
A ton of crap.
Yeah, a lot of all sorts of stuff.
But I can say confidently, I give it 4 months and you're going to be in like a 600 LT position very confidently.
You think so?
I know so.
Yes. All right, I'll take it. I'm ready for it.
You deserve it. That's my biggest thing is I just can't wait to see the day where like I can't wait to go to the dealership with you and pick the car up and do the whole nine.
But if not,
I'm excited.
An NSX for a little while wouldn't be so bad.
You're really hung on this NSX thing, dude.
You know how I do.
How much research have you done on the car?
7 minutes.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's really just that I've now had multiple people like tell me.
Is Eric corroding your brain?
No. It's not even really just
promise
Eric.
it's not
I promise.
Because he's the only reason why I even think of the car.
Right, and I sit there and every time he brings it up, I fight him on it. So trust me, it is not him.
All right.
I've just had multiple people like now reach out to me and go, hey, I know you've mentioned like these cars in that price range. Like you should really check out the NSX. It's a lot of fun. It's a great car. So
we should talk to Matt. How tunable is that car?
Matt can't tune it.
He can't?
I mean, as far as I know. He only tunes Euros, and I looked up.
Oh, you're right.
It's not a Bosch ECU, so.
No, we know boys that could do JDM stuff.
Yeah.
I wonder how crazy you can make that car.
Pretty crazy.
Probably can do pretty crazy stuff to it.
You can probably get at least 80 out of it.
That would make it.
Yeah, it'll crank.
Because what's the standard numbers on it? Do we know? Because I don't. Again, this is really out of my realm.
I've done 7 minutes of research. I think it's mid fives, high fives, high fives.
Okay.
So yeah, like McLaren
Hybrid?
570.
Hybrid powertrain.
Hybrid.
Okay.
Instant torque. Off
That's-
the line. So it's like a 2.9 to 60 car, and then
It's not that bad. It's kind of smooth.
yeah. My concern now is just like I don't care so much about the 2.9. I want the car to have highway punch.
Okay.
Yeah,
you want 60 to 130.
Yeah, I want the car that still throws you back, because there's a lot of cars that are like 0 to 60 fast, and then when you step on it at 60, you're like, where's my power?
Right.
So I kind of want it all.
All right. If Gavin McDaniel had to walk in somewhere tomorrow, and you have to get a car tomorrow for the grander 130 range that the couple options are at, what is it? Where are you at today?
Tomorrow, I'll send the NSX.
You would send it?
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Not the
would.
570.
Not the 570.
Okay. I like that answer better than the 570.
Mm-hmm.
I started to kind of get okay with you, like after our episode, and I went, if Gavin gets a 570, I'll support him.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen a couple 570s too, and while they're like, obviously it's still McLaren, it's a beautiful car. You have to have a wing, in my opinion.
Yeah, like an actual wing.
Gotta have an actual wing.
I agree.
And then it just reinforces the fact, like, there's people that think, I know at the end of the day, you put a 600 LT and a 570 next to each other, and you're like, I can see that it's the same car. But it's kind of like a 720 next to a 720 with a full rift kit,
Yeah.
Like the full rift kit 720 looks sick,
Looks insane.
especially compared to just the 720. 720 is still a beautiful car. It's a great
Right.
car. Don't get it twisted. But you put the 720 with the full rift kit next to it, and you go, that looks hot.
Extremely hot.
And that's the 600 compared to the 570 to me.
And the 600's been your baby.
Yeah. And then, like I said, if I want to get a 600, why am I going to, I kind of just had the realization, like, why am I going to get a 570?
Right.
To then eventually get a 600.
Right.
Why not experience something totally different until I get to the 600?
So the GT3 has dropped off?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, you know what else? What I was going to say earlier?
Hit me.
When we were talking about comforts and wants and needs,
Hit me.
I wanted to say, do you see now why all roads lead to the 911?
All roads lead back to Rome. Type of
Yes.
thing. Trust me, I hate it.
We grow old, we drive the cars, we get sick of the stuff. More of our wants become needs. And the 911's like, hey, baby, I'm here for you.
I think my only problem, quick tab going back to that tab, is like just my size in it. Like when I think about like the need and want, like the 812 still fills that one box so freaking well.
Really?
There's no supercar that I fit like that in.
Yeah.
There really isn't. So I'm like, at this point, I think my future really is just like high spec GTS at this point. It really is. Like if I really just had to pick, like I need Cully, high spec GTS, and then a high spec 765 LT Spider, and just call it a day.
Yeah, that's lit.
I'd be cool with that at the end of the day. I don't need anything else.
That's your new 3-car garage?
That might be my new 3-car garage. Give me like, yeah, I'd give it, again, I want like MSO interior, 765 LT Spider, custom interior, tailor-made GTS build, and then Cullinan is any spec at this point.
I love it.
That's probably where I'll end up.
Yeah, that's great. Because another thing I've gotten to driving the lowered car, it's just, it makes me be more okay with a potential SUV. I've been so anti-SUV, but sometimes it's like, especially driving, I think it's low-key driving here.
It is. 100% is.
Driving
bro.
to this studio specifically.
Oh, you're talking about, you're like, dude.
Because
crap,
we come here
honestly.
every week now to film, and like the drive from my house to here is just valley back roads in the dips, in the bumps, all over the valley back roads.
Yeah, it's chopped.
Really cooked in my Aston.
It's
really
chopped.
cooked. And we were leaving last night, and you guys were just eating every bump, and I'm like swerving and turning and doing everything to like, I was just looking at you guys driving in front of me, and I was like, man, I wish I could just drive straight right now.
It's kind of nice, bro. I'm
I'd
telling
love
you.
to just drive straight. And there's a dip, I'm going to go straight over it. There's a bump, I'm going to go straight over it.
You have always kind of just shunned the super SUV, like actually owning one. I know if you own something that was more comfortable than usual, more practical driving than usual, but still had enough umph where you go, yeah, I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
You're going to really land in like a nice sweet spot.
You know what's going to happen?
Hit me.
I'm going to drive the DBX 707 and I'm going to go, this is it.
This is it. This is it. It's gonna happen
This
soon.
is it.
Probably next week we'll probably do that.
And then I'm going to pick one up for $100,000 next year.
It's gonna be awesome. You're gonna do a full build on it and stuff like that. Yeah, that's not creeping in your head at all? Getting a super SUV, or you got to get a supercar first before we even start even talking about
dude,
that.
You got to lick that second car for sure.
All right, bet.
For sure.
Bet.
Get out of here.
I'm just saying.
We're not there yet.
Okay, all right. I'm testing where we're at. Sometimes you throw curveballs at me.
We're going from like cracked to slightly cracked.
Okay,
you know what I mean?
It's funny the timing you bring that up because I just rewatched the Ryan Edge clip where you guys talk about liking cracked cars, and I talk about I like a more like you. I literally tell you guys, I'm like, you guys doesn't make you more a car person because you liked a cracked car. And then I started thinking about more concept, and we could talk about it a little bit too. I don't know how much time do we have. Oh, we got a little bit of time. What makes a person a car person?
They like cars.
It's that simple, right?
Yeah, I think
really
so.
It's just that simple.
Yeah.
I think there's like such a division war that's happening, and when you get into anything that's niche like this, there's always a division war like this. But for someone to say, no, you have to be, you're only a car guy if you like driving something that's raw manual to the T. I'm like, bro, no, it's not that serious, bro. Like,
not.
We all share a love for this stuff. Like,
right.
It's not that serious. Like, what tickles this funny doesn't tickle my funny.
Yeah,
it's simple like that. Like, I've seen some haters.
For
like
sure,
some mongers.
100%.
I'm like, bro, this is bad.
People love going, you're not a real car person. But I will say, just because you have a nice car does not mean you're a car person.
100% agreed.
And just because you go, yeah, like, I like cars, doesn't mean you're a car person. Even though I just said liking cars means you're a car person. But you know what I mean by
do.
Saying you like cars does not actually mean you like cars. Being like, I can afford a Lamborghini and I like it enough to be like, yeah, I'm going to get a Lamborghini because that's sick and I like it because it's fun, doesn't make you a car person.
I think that guy likes it because of the way that he's perceived with it versus like normal people that can afford it. Like, no. I like the experience of driving the car.
Mm-hmm.
I think another thing is too is
you can enjoy a car without being a car person.
Easily.
There's a lot of people out there that own a Huracan and they enjoy the Huracan without actually being like a car person.
Easily.
And that's totally fine. I'm not going to hate on them for it. But if you like cars, hey, you might not like, I don't know, you might not like sushi. Doesn't mean you're not a food person.
No,
you know?
I think also like the two things is, and this again, maybe a hotter take. I don't know how you're going to feel about what I'm about to say, but I believe this because I see this all the time. You do not have to know and be obsessive with every little detail of the mechanical procedure and the way that the mechanical side operates of a car to be a car person.
For sure.
Like you don't have to sit here and if someone doesn't understand like what a crankshaft is, that doesn't not make you a car person because you don't know exactly what that is. No, right. I understand that people are like, how can you not? No. I get it. But at the same time, my definition of what a car person is they love the experience that whatever car they own gives them. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, different levels to it. I'm not talking about somebody likes the way their Kia Soul drives to work. That's different. But like if you have a car where one day a week you go, I am going to go for a pure just drive because I like the way the car makes me feel when I drive, that's enough to be a car person. Mm-hmm. And I also think supercars are the only cars on the planet that have the ability to turn somebody that has no idea what being a car person is like into going, dude, I kind of get why you guys like this. Like, you know, when you try somebody else's hobby and you're like, I kind of get why you do this.
I see why you play pickleball.
Yeah, I can see a little bit. You hop in the passenger seat of my A12 and we rip. You can leave that and go, okay, I get why you like this a lot.
I get why. Yeah, makes sense.
Those are the two things that just my little last little opinions to everybody. Those two little hot takes right there.
You ready for my hot take?
Hit me.
The Civic with AutoZone stick-ons all over it. That guy's a car guy.
I know he is. I know
there's a lot of people that are going to hate to admit it.
He may not deserve a voice, but
right.
He is a car guy.
He might be into some weird stuff.
But he is a
car guy.
I completely agree with you.
Yes.
And I think that's the biggest problem is everyone like the different scales and the natural way of the hierarchy. But at the end of the day, we all just like cars in our different degrees. Somebody likes like gets off on the fact that he can drive it. He's understanding exactly what's happening in the engine while he's driving it, and like that's his connection. And some guy literally just sit there and likes it because he's hearing his V10 rip and it's just putting the biggest smile on his face.
Yeah, 100%.
We're all just in this together, loving it.
There's definitely, and I think it's fine. Like, I don't care. I think it's fine to make fun of a car. I think it's fine to make fun of the fact that like someone might enjoy a certain car.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't take any offense if someone says something about something I'm into. It is what it is. I don't really care. It's more so just the people that are like, you're not a car guy if.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
It's like, who are you to define it?
It's ridiculous.
Like that.
It is quite literally ridiculous.
Yeah.
I also think, and this is a separate topic too, I think the fact that you're considering the NSX as a Japanese car, knowing how much you like British cars, is pretty crazy to me too. I'm sorry to go back to that point, but you're such a British car person, and the fact that there's a Japanese car in there that like is literally like contention for it is pretty substantial.
I mean, I'm just a British. Let's be honest. I like what I like, and that has leaned towards a lot of the British models. But
lean towards?
Yeah,
I think it is almost all the British models.
It's just because now I like Astons and I like McLarens. It's really what it comes down to.
Yeah, I mean, and I know you like Rolls Royce and Bentley too.
But I grew up an Italian fan.
That's true, you did.
I
think we all kind of did.
With a love for Lambo, and I still love Lambo.
Yeah. I think we all kind of grew up an Italian fan, no? I feel like it's kind of hard not to.
For sure.
As a child, it's like, because again, when we were children, it was like the big thing. Like British cars weren't really as massive. Like, because when we were growing up, McLaren wasn't really on the scene like that.
No, not at all.
Yeah, so like we kind of were, like it is really Italian, if anything. So, but now there's people that are growing up like, no, I'm McLaren.
Yeah.
I just think it's beautiful the fact that we becoming in a position to be able to like, from day one to now, how our opinions have changed, how our desires have changed, how our lives have changed, but at the same time, like how we've gotten the ability to know what we like. Do you remember the first 458 rip?
Yeah.
Like, think about what that felt like for now you going like, no, I'm a McLaren guy. Like you're able to be like, no, I am 100% a McLaren guy.
Yeah.
This is what I like. I don't care about anything else. I like what I like.
That's really what it comes down to.
It's kind of why we did this.
Like, you know, I've driven a 488. I've driven multiple of all the models, but just across the board comparables, Huracan, 488, 720.
Huracan, 488, 720. Yeah.
I've driven all three of those.
Mm-hmm.
I'm taking a 720 all day long.
Every day of the week.
And like growing up, it would have been Lambo. I would have said Lambo forever. Before I drove them all, I would have said Lambo. I would have said the Huracan.
You might have said 488 second too. You might have put 720 last.
Yeah, 720 might have been last.
That's freaking
And then
crazy.
I drove them all. And guess what? I'm picking the 720 every single time.
With absolutely no doubt in your mind.
No, zero doubt.
I love that so much, bro.
Yeah. So that's where I'm at. I don't want to throw any 488 slander. So we're selling one, and it's a great car. But
I think they're all great cars.
They're all great cars.
But I'll talk crap on them.
Yeah.
I will talk crap on them. I think, again, I'm not going to talk crap on the 48 specifically, but I think part of what it is too is now we're at a certain point in time where everything that we grew up with being like the cars are now the outdated cars. Still great cars, hold value, but they are the outdated cars. The Huracans, the outdated cars now. The 488's outdated cars now. 458's outdated cars now. 812's, in a sense, kind of, it's not really the outdated car until the 12 cylinders start really dropping, but like it kind of is one of the more outdated cars now. Mm-hmm. So I think now like this just the spectrum to see what we used to be like, dude. Because I remember when I used to drive the white C706, I remember I was in Newport one time, and I remember pulling up against a 488, and I remember getting walked by that 488.
Really?
Like I didn't get walked, but like we got off the line, and I kept with him, and then the turbos kicked in at like 60 miles an hour, and then I got walked.
Okay, that makes sense.
So I remember seeing that, and then for a period of time, I was like, dude, 48 is fast. Now today, 48 is slow. And it's like, I just remember this. I remember the difference of looking at it. And I literally remember being on PCH in the C706 thinking, I was like, I might beat this guy. And then all of a sudden the turbo kicked in at 60 and he literally started to pull on me. And I said, man, that's a car. Now looking back on it, I'm like, okay.
Can I ask you this?
Yeah.
Is the Z06 as fast as I remember?
The C706?
Because in my head, we've said it a million times, that car rips. In my head, that car rips. Is it just because that was the fastest car I'd ever driven by a large margin at that point?
No.
Because I haven't driven one now
right
since I've driven everything else.
Right. So the answer to the question is no. But what it is the fact that that car feels, it is fast, but it also feels faster because of the fact that you have a supercharger, which not a lot of cars do, and the way that it sounds, like both of those, like the animated side of those cars, it makes it feel like it's pulling harder. But on top of it, in its day, it was extremely fast. In its day. Now, it's not. Because when those cars were coming out, 720 had just started coming out. And when 720 came out in 2018, that car was like the pinnacle of speed. It broke the car world in terms of being fast.
Right.
So now everybody's catching pace with it. So in its time, when we drove it and when we were like actually in it, it was extremely fast. Again, Corvette, bang for your buck, $1.
So if I jumped into it today and stepped on it, I'd be like, this car's fast.
No.
No, I wouldn't.
No, you would like the way it feels, but you wouldn't say it's fast.
Okay.
You would like again. It's a different feeling because not a lot of cars are
right. Because I mean, you just said that you got walked by a 488, and when I drove the 488, I was like, car's not fast.
Kind of slow. It's also, again, I think it's also just the way that the car puts it down. Like if you did a 60 to 130 roll in it, you'd be like, okay, it's not that bad. If you did 0 to 60 and you actually caught the pull of it, you'll be like, oh, okay, it's not bad.
Yeah.
But it doesn't do anything like all the other cars that we've done from 60 to 130.
I have one more question for you.
Hit me. About wrapping up right now, yeah.
Yeah. The awkward price range, $160,000.
Okay.
The Maserati MC20 has now slid down to like that range.
Has it really?
It has.
Okay.
160. They're out there for 160 and 170, and not even that high mileage either.
Okay. Like how not high
like
mileage?
10 to 15.
Okay. Not too bad.
So the MC20, Maserati MC20, or the McLaren GT, what are you taking?
Wow.
Because again, that's such an awkward price range. Like everything's either in the 130, it's either in like, you're either in the sub 150 and you're like sub 150, or you're in the over 150 and it's like, I'm basically 180 to 200 needs to be my budget.
Right.
You're looking at like, what, 120 to 140 or like 180 to 200. Okay. And that in between is like kind of no man's land. And you've got the GT and you've got now the MC20. It's making me wonder.
So
at what point does that car become competitive?
Am I taking the keys or am I going to own the car?
You're going to own the car.
Wow, man, I think I'm gonna go MC20.
Really?
Yeah, I think I am. I think I'm only going for it for and this is crazy. I'm about to say this is a little bit of like a not that many people have it. And B, I think it's a better looking car than the McLaren GT.
It is beautiful.
McLaren GT is probably, again, I don't know the 100% performance specs. I know if you tune the McLaren GT, it'll be faster.
Oh.
Like way faster. I think the interior, again, Maserati interior is nothing special, but compared to the GT interior, I probably would lean MC20. I think I would probably go MC20. I also do like the way the front face shell on the MC20 is. Like, I think that's my favorite part of the car.
It's a nice looking car.
Yeah, I think I would go MC20. If
car.
we're doing ownership, I'm going MC20. If you give me a key, just one rip, give me the GT. Because again, it's McLaren at the end of the day.
Sure.
But I owned it, I'm going MC20.
Mm-hmm.
I would buy an MC20 at 140.
140?
Yeah. If the MC20 dropped to 140, I would trade the Z06 for MC20.
Really?
Yeah.
No, don't.
I would.
I don't believe you.
I would.
Why? Just because it's...
I've had the Z06. I can go get another one. Eventually, if I want another one, I've had it. Now, the fact that MC20 strand, that's a pique my curiosity enough where I would do it and be like, what is this like? And then if I don't like it, I'll go get a Z06 or maybe hopefully I just go get a ZR1. But I would low key do it.
I bet the MC20 is small inside.
You think so?
I think so.
Dude, that would turn off so bad.
And it does have like it's got the same kind of like tub effect that like the McLaren has where you kind of got to get up and over it.
Okay.
So
that door is not vertical, is it?
It is.
It is?
Oh yeah. Doors go up.
Okay, then that locks my answer.
Doors go up.
Doors go up. That locks my answer for sure. Because now that you can't leverage the McLaren, like doors go up, so both those cars' doors go up.
Both the cars' doors go up.
Then I'm locking in MC20 hard on the ownership then. But then at that point, like I said, if it dropped to 140, 130, I would definitely replace the Z06 with the MC20. Because again, I'm also curious now again, what kind of power band can that car make tuned and like really done to its performance?
Yeah, that's a good question.
How much at 130, how much of a bang for that buck does that car become? Because the Z06 is the bang for the buck at 130.
Yeah.
But like now you're getting an MC20 for that price. Like You know what I mean? I could lower it, put a body kit on it, put some wheels on it, murder it out. Like everything. I'm picturing a like murdered out MC20 that's pushing like 700 horsepower for 130. I would do that.
That's fair.
Right?
Yeah, 100%.
For like 130, I'd do that.
Yeah, 130. 130 is a good slot because I'm thinking in the cars that I've been looking at, if that was 130, would I take that over everything else?
Is that the top leader? Yeah, like NSX or MC20 at that price.
MC20.
MC20?
Yeah.
All right.
MC20. Beautiful car.
That might happen quick. Like the price drop, depending on what happens, like that might be like end of year potentially.
130? I don't know about that. I
You think that's
that
too
might
quick?
That might be a stretch.
Okay. 6 months?
Because again, like it's in that no man's land. And like we just talked about, everything at 130, it still feels like the obvious pick because of the beauty and the exclusivity, and you don't see him as much and all those reasons.
Okay.
So obviously there's a lot of people that will look at that car and laugh and go, there's no way I'd pick that over any of those options. I take the R8, I take the NSX, I take the Z06, because, you know, there's going to be a lot of hate for that car still because of what it is. But in a way, I feel like it's the obvious pick in a lot of ways for a lot of people, especially the non-car people, which does drive the market in some ways, I think. So I don't know.
I'm curious to see. And it's also, you said 167 was floor, right?
Yeah.
Floor.
Floor.
Yeah, maybe 130. That's a little quick. But again, I think let's even say 6 months, we get a couple sub 150. Let's just say that. 6 months, sub 150. I might research that car. I wonder how competitive that car is too. Because now my fear is that at 150, do they just start getting bought up at that price?
We'll find out.
We'll see. Kind of excited.
Yeah. Well, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate you guys having me.
Yeah.
I love it here.
Yeah.
I really do. I'd like to come on maybe next time.
Yeah, I'll have you back. For sure.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it very much.
We're out.
Can I plug my socials? Okay,
Oh.
podcast.